Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Scorpio, it feels like it's been a long minute since I've seen you guys. I don't know. It seems like sometimes it just takes forever for me to get up here to a reading. So many things going on. So, here I am, going to do a reading for you. I'm really into the traditional style of reading tarot. Well, there's many different ways too, but one of the older forms is doing the Celtic cross spread. I did that a couple days ago for Virgo and Libra, and I want to do that for you. I'm using a different deck. Oh yeah, this is a deck for you. I've been shuffling and playing around with this, and look what we ended up with. Your card at the bottom. My Millennium Toth deck. I'm feeling drawn to use that one for you. Of course, for Scorpio. There is an extended at the end of this reading if you are drawn to it. The link is at the top of the description. And I will look at where energy continues to go forward for you in that. So we're going to get started with the Celtic cross spread for Scorpio. I have this like really down to business feeling. I sat down, got ready to do your reading, and I just felt like, let's get down to business. Like really. All right then, let's get down to it. Oh, look at that. I'm noticing the cards kind of match my shirt color today. Okay, your first card. Where are you right now? Scorpio, you're really harnessing your Mars. All that Mars energy that you were able to pull in, you're really pulling it in. You're looking fine, Scorpio. Scorpio, you're looking fine. You're looking fine. You're being very creative. You know what you're doing. I love this Queen of Wands. She is so dynamic. Wow. I find it interesting too, because she has the symbol of Pisces in her chest, which is not something that you would normally see with a Queen of Wands depiction. But I do like it though, because I'm trying to remember. I've been studying my astrology again. I'm a tarot reader, become an astrologist. It's going to take a long time to get there. But yeah, I believe your other planet is Pluto. Is it? Yeah. So, or is it Neptune? No, Neptune is. Anyways, so it's water. You got water and fire in you. And Pisces is also a water sign. So this is actually a really interesting combination of your energy. But what I wanted to take note of is the cheetah that sits here. It's got an awful lot of internal strength going on right now, as if there's a part of you that if you really let it, you would just go. You would just run. I don't know where you would go, but you would really take off with it or with something or somewhere. Or a lot of passion. But you're just kind of keeping it all held within. Really kind of grounding fire, and almost utilizing the watery emotional aspect of yourself through your heart chakra. Very intuitive energy as well. The challenge that you have is the universe. Jeez. Well, I guess if anybody's up for a big challenge, it would be Scorpio. So, but the universe is like the world card. So it's endings and completion. So coming to some sort of completion, I feel like coming to some sort of completion, more than a beginning, but let's see where the rest of the cards go. It kind of feels like to me, like coming to a completion in the cycle in your life, and slowly kind of internally harnessing the ability to move forward, but just not yet. Like, so the challenge is getting this back to zero, getting this back to step one. If you've completed the major arcana through some sort of cycle in your life, let's get started again. But this sits as the challenge, closing off the old cycle and beginning the new. Or it doesn't. I just feel an awful lot of like control, but from this card, but it is it's control within self, control. It just feels like a really high state of self-control. I kind of feel like this challenge, it doesn't feel like the sort of challenge like something you have to push through or push against or figure out how to get beyond it. It feels almost as if, like with this card, where you are now and that challenge, it's just almost like a sense of letting it be. Just letting it be. and maybe allowing things to play out. Not quite getting the right word here for what that feels like. Focus on for you is the Ace of Swords. Your clear mind, your truth, your clarity. It feels very intuitive, especially when I mix it with this card. There's an awful lot of intuition and creative spark that's coming out of this Queen of Wands. You focus on clarity and truth. So your mind, really focusing your mind right now. I feel as if your challenge is the universe, the world card here, it feels to me like you are going forward with your new beginning into a new cycle on some level of your life. But the important aspect for you here is clarity and truth. Very clear thinking. So your past, well, your past is the Eight of Pentacles, something that you've invested a lot of yourself into, something that you've worked on, something that has brought you fulfillment here, something that's actually produced, like you planted your seeds, you nurtured the soil, you tended the plants, whatever you were working on here, in the past, it actually gave you something. Now, with this card to come out as a past, and this to come out as a challenge, some of you may have like finished a job, finished a contract somewhere, and now you need to start something new. You may not have even left where you work, but you could have completed a major project that you were working on, and now you kind of need to come up with something new. Maybe it could even be something like a marketing department. Well, now you need to find either a new client or a new idea. You need to come up with something fresh here, because whatever you were working on in the past, it kind of brought you as far as it could go, and the challenge is the end here and what you've put your work into. It could be a relationship. It could be how you've worked on a relationship with someone, and that has kind of come to fulfillment. And either the relationship could have ended or will be ending, or the dynamic in the relationship is ending or shifting here from the work that you've put in. So it kind of tells me there'll be a new perspective or a new level of work or something new for you to do. So let's see with the future. Holy man, everybody is getting this card. The Hermit is, oh my gosh. I don't know about other tarot readers, but I'm telling you, the Hermit, the Eight of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles have just been going around, and Temperance like crazy the last 12 months. So the Hermit. This feels very collaborative to me. Like maybe working with others. There's a lot of different things that have come out to be here. It may or may not, but the Hermit is very looking within for answers, but it feels like that's where you are now. So you're kind of doing that. But if you're changing your perspectives is what you're doing in the future. So right now, you are kind of like in the spotlight. I do want to say that. The Queen of Wands is a bit of an in the spotlight energy. It's definitely getting noticed, but it is self-contained. It feels very self-contained, this Queen of Wands. And then into the future, now you really have self-containment, but it's really grounded. And it's more isolated, like not being seen or focused on. The Queen of Wands is the sort of energy to me, the person walks into a room and people are taking note. It's just, oh, like it's just an energy shift that happens when this person sort of engages either in a group or somehow publicly. But then this is kind of going within here, really internalizing. Wow. I actually think in the future, as you get ready, this is almost, you're starting your new cycle. You're ending here and going into something new. You're starting it right into the Hermit. And it's kind of weird. It's almost like you're alchemizing a lot of the other major arcana in the tarot and coming right up to Hermit energy, because it's a really fascinating card. There's a cosmic egg up here. There's a sperm down here. And then we do see the typical lantern, but it almost looks like the sun. An internal sun, an internal knowing that's guiding you towards a new beginning. And to see an egg and a sperm, it's almost like the creation of something that's never been created before. Two energies coming together, two thoughts, two possibilities coming together, and it's protected. It's protected from dark energy. I can't remember what this little guy is called again. Little guy. He's so cute. He's like the three-headed dog. It's like, oh, this little guy. Protecting you from, like, well, I don't want to say the dead. It sounds really creepy. But protecting you from darker spirits or energies that to me have not come to rest through either the completion of their life cycle, some sort of darker energies and forces you're being protected from. And it could just be situations playing out around you that aren't in alignment with your path. I feel like by going into Hermit, you're surpassing a lot of other, it's almost like, yeah, you've already mastered. But this is what that talks about. This is about mastering, at least in some element of your life, the major arcana through the tarot, which is a story, which is, you know, starting something new, learning how to manifest. What do you need to apply in that? How do you become a leader in your own life? How do you understand your own truth? How do you govern yourself? Like so many of these aspects, and just going right to this Hermit, but it's a little more than just a Hermit. It's almost like here, to me, it feels like combining the energy of the Hermit. This is self-knowing, self-proclaimed understanding, which is interesting because this is your focus. And combining it's like the new beginning of the Fool, like going somewhere where nothing's gone before by creating something that's never been created before. But also the Magician, like it really feels like that. And almost a little bit Hierophant-y. There's a lot of energy that's coming out of that card right now into your future. So your suggested approach, wow, is the Ten of Swords. Feel the major ending. Feel the burn. I'm hearing feel the burn, Scorpio. Feel the burn. Feel the major ending. Complete it as it needs to be completed. Now that's interesting. That's so weird. You can't see it. I'm going to move these down. The way these cards play at each other. I'm actually going to clarify this future card for you. I still feel like in this energy, this is you, where you are now. So that's very clear in this reading, where you are now. In the future, look at how this Hermit card walks towards the Queen of Wands. I find that fascinating. So either it's the approach of this cycle within yourself coming to you, or it could even be another person. And I'm actually, now that I see these, how they sit, how these two cards talk with each other and communicate, it feels like that. Because this is a court card. And this is like, it's not a court card because it's major arcana. But it definitely would be symbolic of an individual. I mean, it represents Virgo specifically in the tarot. But it doesn't mean it's a Virgo. Interesting energy. Really interesting energy about this reading. And I still feel that get down to business. Suggested approach. Allow yourself to feel the burn. What you need to know. The Three of Pentacles. Hey, this is really interesting. For some of you, Eight of Pentacles was in the past because this is working together with people. This is collaborating. This is growing and expanding your ideas. There's more than one wheel in this cog of motion here. I can't see. I have to do more. I was sharing it on my extendeds, but this is my new little book, Tarot of Astrology, that I've been going through. It's almost like a storm, but this splits the storm. Do you see how that is playing out? Do you see how this collaborative energy kind of is the calm period of the, or these are two oceans coming together? Where? There's somewhere that happens. Is it in India? An ocean and a river? Is that what it reminds me of that? Like two elements coming together, what you need to know, that may be sort of in a rough patch or a rough, turbulent time. But these two energies, when they come together, they create something totally new that's calm. It's fascinating because you have this cosmic egg and the sperm here coming together to create something totally new. What you need to know. I think there's answers that sit in this Hermit card. Okay, we have to finish out pulling the cards so we can clarify. Your hopes and fears. Your hopes and fears are the Two of Cups. Why would this be your fear? Are you ready for it? Are you sure? It's very healing. I mean, it's got the dolphins, and they represent healing. They represent happiness and playfulness. I think they're also a little randy, if you know what I mean. Dolphins can be like that. It's fun energy. But your potential, whoa, the potential future is the Emperor. I feel like there's something now. There's two messages I'm getting here. One is coming in really strongly for somebody who needs to hear it. If you've been, like, if you're out of work or a project has ended at work, and I don't know, maybe you need to create something new for your department, or you need to find a new job, there's definitely something coming towards you that is collaborating and working again. And some of you, maybe even a promotion, like a higher level here, because this is about as high as you could get with the Emperor card. Having full control over your life. Being really stable. This is almost hatching, because these are both Mars energy. This is almost as if, like, you're in this period of deep, deep self-reflection and self-control. And maybe even with the cosmic egg, this has something to do with hatching this out. This is literally one of those readings where I feel like, maybe that's why it's such a get down to business. Like, there's no time for me to be silly or my little jokes going on. Because it feels like there's at least 3 prominent stories coming through. Like, I'm reading multiple people, like literally in a group. Somebody here is been working on something that's paid off for them. It feels like it's come to fruition. It's come to full circle. It's gone sort of as far as it can go. Maybe that the ending has been literally, maybe it was a contract and now you have to find a new contract with another company. Or you're getting a raise. Like, there's something really about that. Maybe you're sitting in quiet and silence and you're waiting patiently to hear about something. You've really made yourself noticed on some level here, and you're going to get the reward. And for other people, I'm feeling like definitely like something that's going on with working with a group. But with the Two of Cups sitting in the your hopes and fears, why is it coming up? Like, why is that coming up in the reading for you to know right now? Because the Emperor is a really solid energy. I feel like whether this is like represents, it's kind of, there's somebody else coming into the reading. I really feel like that. Both these cards are looking at this Queen of Wands. It's really curious. It really is. I need to clarify these. There's so much to be, there's something going on with the Hermit. The Seven of Swords. And that's it. Then it's in reverse. Why is the Seven of Swords here? It doesn't feel like anything is like mysterious or disappearing in the night. The Hermit is who I'm going to look at right away here. We need to know more about the future. Isn't that why we come to? Isn't that why you come to the tarot and the oracle reader? The psychic, please tell me about my future. Okay. Can do that. I can try anyways. The Hermit. This is the future. Tell us more about this Hermit for Scorpio. The Six of Cups. It could be someone from your past. Temperance. The Page of Cups. There's a lot of water here. Water everywhere. I know Sagittarius. The Sagittarius is a fire sign. But the Temperance is like really alchemizing. But that kind of feels like what you're doing. Sitting here like that. Alchemizing, right? Because of the symbol of Pisces. And this is, well, I think it's Leo. If I remember in my astrology book. I think it's specifically Leo. But it is fire and water. Fire and water, fire and water. Alchemizing. Sagittarius, fire and water. And then here's all this water. You are balancing energies from the past, getting ready for the future. That's what this feels like. Getting ready for the future. I do feel like this is an element of energy that you're going into. But with the Six of Cups, I mean, it could be reminiscing. It could be doing inner child work. Finding the playfulness again, because coming out on the other side after Temperance is the Page of Cups, which is very, very innocent, having an open heart and mind, not feeling sort of jaded and damaged by the cruel, hard world around you. But with the Seven of Swords at the bottom, it feels like it could be someone from your past who's been very distant. There's nothing malicious about this energy. So I know some people, no, it doesn't. It could be a friend. It could be a colleague or a previous boss or something. Like it could be something like that too. Your potential future is the Emperor. Owning the kingdom. Owning the kingdom, Scorpio. Getting the keys to the kingdom. So, the potential outcome here. Or potential future. Wow, that's a nice rebirth. Holy bang. I feel really strongly like for someone it's about work. It feels an awful lot like that. Getting a really big promotion. Something being reborn here. Something is coming back. But it's sort of, with the Judgment card, there is a judgment to be made. Like, do you do this? Do you not do it? It feels like doing it is really positive to get Emperor energy. Why is the Two of Cups your hope and fear? Why is the Two of Cups your hope and fear? Wow, because you can't see it coming. You can't see it coming. You haven't been able to see it coming. Your experience perhaps so far in life doesn't indicate that this could exist. Because the Two of Cups is two people that jive together on almost every level. They have differences, but those differences actually come together to help each other grow. And it feels like growth in a very positive way that's not difficult. It's not painful growth. It's not learning major mistakes. It's almost taking what you've learned in life and sharing it with another person and vice versa. New perspectives, but there's balance in this. So it kind of feels like with the Page of Swords, you know, watching, waiting, hoping, learning, trying to understand. No, the Two of Swords. No, I don't see it. I do not have enough information. That's what that feels like. You do not have enough information about what the Two of Cups could really be. To me, it feels like you haven't experienced it. Well, it could be like a once-in-a-lifetime energy, the Two of Cups. That could be experienced through close friendship, through close work group, close romantic partner. But so there might be one level of your life that you have not experienced this on. And it's the level of your life where it is your hope and your fear. So it is something that you say, yeah, this has been pretty absent. I don't know about that. There's something really, the energy in this reading is, it's almost flatline. It's flatline. It's get down to business, Scorpio. I can't say that I've ever come into your reading and felt this. It's really intriguing. Let's get down to business, Cindy. I feel like there's no silliness here. I don't know what happened. Where did it go? It's not in here. Okay, so let's look. The suggested approach is the Ten of Swords. I'm hearing feel the burn, feel the ending of who you were. Perhaps that's what you're trying to do here. Yeah, because the typical Ten of Swords, as well, there is one sword in this heart here, is to pull the sword out, all the swords come out, raise the sword up, and notice that the sun starts to rise again. Aha, see, the sun starts to rise again. And the Rider-Waite Tarot, that's what's happening. Like part of the depiction of that card of the Ten of Swords is that the sky is changing color. There's yellow in the sky. So whether, and there is some in here too. So whether that is the sun is setting, which means there will be a new day, or the sun is starting to dawn, the dawn of a new day, is to feel that, to feel it. Focus on pulling the sword out and feel the dawn of the new day. I'm putting these cards all over them. Oh, yeah. So the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords for Scorpio. It's your card. I remember that from my tarot astrology. This is specifically your card. Deep. Knowing deep within you, your emotions and feelings. Having a lot of control over your emotions and your feelings. Being really comfortable with the deeper, darker parts of yourself. This isn't the energy of like rainbows and unicorns can exist in this energy, but there's also the dark, murky water within there. And it feels like pulling that sword out of the dark, murky water and finding some rainbows and unicorns moving forward. Just feel the burn. Feel the burn. I don't know if you're working out or something. You feel the burn. The Three of Pentacles. This is what you need to know. The Three of Pentacles is what Scorpio needs to know. Well, if you've done all the work in the past, or it feels like things were not reciprocated, there's going to be a lot of love wherever you go to work. They're going to love you, and they're waiting for you, Scorpio. Literally, there's going to be a lot of balance, very equal, reciprocated support. You know, maybe in the past, I don't know, it kind of feels like you're going to be the boss. Or your boss is going to have a whole new perspective. That too. Like there's a big change here in how things are going to be collaborative, how you're going to collaborate. And there's a lot of happiness and emotions. They're watching, they're waiting, they're hoping. Maybe you've been watching. And now I don't feel like that, because this energy, look at where it was rough before, it comes together and it's a calm sea. That's what that is. The rough waters become a calm sea. I feel like I've disappointed people, because this is just, you know, this is not a fancy, funny reading. There isn't even a lot of metaphors or anything going on in there. You have the wheel at the bottom. You know what it feels like? It feels like you're shifting and going into a new cycle. You're doing it in a very kind of calm fashion. And perhaps there's been rough seas in the past. This card really talks about that. These rough seas on either side and coming together, energies coming together to work together, and it actually creates a calm sea. I'm sure is this a saltwater river or no? There's two bodies of water that come together somewhere. I'm thinking it's in India. But maybe I'm thinking of the pink dolphins. Oh, no, there isn't. No, these are gold and blue dolphins. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. I don't know, Scorpio. This is really a different energy that I've walked into. It's going to take me a minute. Well, I got to go do your extended. And I want to see, I want to see more energy in this extended. I'm going to use a different deck of cards. But definitely what you're doing, it feels really, really good. Where things have been rough in the past, I do want to say if things have been rough in the past with a group of people that you worked with, or it felt like turbulent energy on some level, it looks like it's going to improve a lot when these energies come together. Also, if it is like a new job or even putting a new perspective or effort into a relationship, when the energies come together, if it's been turbulent, it becomes calm somehow. There's a lot of temperance that's gone on here, a lot of alchemizing. And I'll leave that with you. So, until next time, Scorpio, down to business. Do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.